Hello, Infinite Cosmos. Soul Dr. Nick here. It is Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Whew. And just starting to emerge after being quite sick for a couple days. Burning in the lungs, fever, chills, loss of some taste. Left the hotel room for the first time today, and just for a couple minutes even, I was like, all right, that's enough. Thankfully, we found an EMF oasis here in Taipei, Taiwan, the Amba Hotel. Definitely save this one because nice big room, great service, but the biggest thing is low EMF in this giant EMF city, and it's been almost 3 weeks of lots and lots of EMF. I'll have to go home and actually measure things outdoors because I did not expect how high things were outdoors in these big cities. And it's just a reminder, yeah, these mega metropolises are not places I want to spend significant time in, especially significant consecutive time in, without going for a recharge. And the recharges are worthwhile. I did not realize how worthwhile they would be until I spent this much time here. So let's see what else is there to contemplate. Orange. It's funny because the universe keeps planting clues. I loved orange. I loved bright colors in the beginning, and it's funny when they had orange is the new black come out. Like, it's almost like the universe planted little symbols here. It's like, oh, Bitcoin, orange. Oh, all right, we're gonna give you one more phone, cosmic orange. Like, couldn't have given me a better name for, like, all right, I'm gonna buy one more iPhone at least before we decide what's next. I'm gonna get a cosmic orange one for sure. And then now what? What is there? What is next? Keep my eyes open, keep my eyes out, and then take a look at all the different extremes. I'm gonna take two men with everything working out on a beautiful journey next week, a deep dive into themselves, a deep dive, and how do we actually take a look at all the different possibilities, realizing that we're the smartest, dumbest people we know, and we consistently make choices which we know later on may not be the best choices, but we make them anyway, and we're allowed to make our own mistakes. And what mistakes do we really want to make? Let's see here, what else is there? Always, over and over again, getting support. We got supported by some dear sisters because we were running out of Oscillium, the medicine we use for fever, and it was really hard to find here. We're always going to travel with it now, and in the end, with a lot of help, we're able to find it at a pharmacy 30 minutes away, and then someone local, a beautiful angel, went and picked it up and brought it to us. How amazing it is to have community around the world, and how amazing it is to reach out and be able to reach out to people to get help. And this happened because I was down for the count. I really was pretty useless. And that's what I'm remembering. There are times that I'm gonna be useless. So how do I both minimize those times and, even outside of those times, make sure we're asking for the help that we need, that we want? And that's part of it as well. It's shifting the mindset. I was just listening to Alex Hormozi again. How do we buy back time? And it's like, getting cleaners, laundry, food prep, really optimizing the sleep environment, like all these things we've already started on. How do we keep taking it to the next level? How do we keep noticing what is it that really serves? What is it that we really want to do? Like right now for me, I still want to do things like spend time on the enemas and things like that, but do I want to fold laundry or clean? Not really. So how do we make this efficient? And how do I express myself in ways that I want to? It's like, oh yeah, I don't need to have all these t-shirts that have all these different sayings, all this stuff. It's like, yeah, I've got some really nice, clean, simple clothes now. Super, super easy. What else is there? Just noticing the lungs are clearing out, the nose is clearing out. Really grateful every time I get to clear stuff out. And this trip really was to figure out, yes, EMF makes a difference. Yes, I am going to reach out to those that I love to say, hey, I love you. I'm going to keep saying this. It doesn't make it true. and I really want you to optimize your home environment, and I'm doing mine. So part of it for me always is, how do I live the way I would want those I love most to live, without trying to say that I'm doing it right, because as we've learned, half the time we're completely wrong anyway. I think I'm more right than before. I think these are basic principles. I think part of it is we've gotten ourselves in a bind, like even watching the movie Mission Impossible, like, oh, if you destroy the digital online community connections, you will destroy life. We war, famine, all this stuff. I'm like, I don't think that's wrong, and I don't think it's right. I think there will be huge disruption. I think there will be a huge, massive upheaval of order, of social order, of distrust, of dis-ease. And I think that it will actually bring people closer together, more back to the earth. And there will be a lot of people that don't know what to do with it. And how do we, even as a family ourselves, start the process of reconnecting with the earth? So as much as we're looking to buy back our life, also we're looking to really know how to live with the earth, so that if we lose access to some of these systems, it's going to be okay. We still know how to cook. We still know how to source out really good food. And part of it is not living so densely in a city where everything relies on precision timing and transportation for anything to really even exist. And part of it is having vehicles that exist even without global connection, communication. And part of it is how to disable the connections the vehicles have to a home monitoring system. Yeah. All these little things. All these little possible kill switches. Still need to figure those things out. Taking a breath, letting it go. And just noticing where have we invested our money. All these little rambles. So I wanted to talk about Orange. I want to talk about, again, most of my work. How do I step into it, really step into sharing about Bitcoin? I can really see it more digital gold. And if we really destroyed all the networking systems, it could theoretically disappear. And so what? So would everything else, because most of it is digital. So part of it is having the physical aspects. Bigger part is having the community and the trust and the ability to build community, the ability to build trust. And those are skills that I look forward to and am continuously practicing. Those are the skills I want to develop. They're fun skills to have. They're fun resources to have. It is so interesting to learn finally about fiat currency and what that means, and to realize how much of life is predicated on institutions which don't have the same underlying source code as what the marketing says. And that's in all things, even my own marketing. Sometimes I'm ashamed, going, oh, I didn't deliver on this. It's like, okay, if integrity is 100% alignment all the time, and I think things are more exponential than percentages, then I'm always going to find a way where I can come up short. And nowadays, more and more, I'm only finding the ways I come up short in hindsight, which isn't an accurate representation. In these days, one of the things I'm noticing is I'm looking at myself and saying, how did I do this strategically? But then I'm forgetting I can only truly look at it as strategic in hindsight again, because looking from the position I was in, yes, they were calculated bets, but I wouldn't have known. And I say this, and it's again in code because I'm looking at it, I'm noticing these things in my head. And eventually these things will come out more. But it's my own self-protectiveness too. How do I share what I'm ready to share? And one of the fun things in life I can find right now is just coming up with the insights, having the privilege to actually examine life, my life, the lives of others, to watch them, to see what actually matters, to be able to see the stories. I've read about a friend who her whole world changed because someone close to her died of suicide this past year. And I can see that. And how do I step into learning from things without having to go through it myself? Because that is a possibility. And I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine in some ways. And I can. How much of this is due to the blue light, EMF, everything else? And how do I support myself, my family, those I love? Start with a circle of our own. Start with living life. And that's it as well. If you're listening to this and you somehow get to this point, I don't think anyone will. And that's okay. Part of this is practice, and the world gets to see me practice. And that's what I learned from Eric Godsey. It's like, just keep putting your shit out there. And as long as it's truly your shit, then it will actually affect those it's supposed to affect. And that's part of it for me. As much as I can't wait for the marketing, all that stuff to work, it's just me putting out my own shit over and over and over again. All right, ciao for now.